So this video is going to be about my weight loss journey. I in no way think that I am a health and fitness guru by any stretch of the imagination. I am just a girl who has struggled with weight her whole life, who wants to share her story, hopefully help somebody else along the way. That's the only reason I'm sharing it. I don't think you should do it my way. Is what God has said to me and taught me through this process, that it might help somebody else on the other side of the screen who may have also been hurt and wounded and struggled with this situation their entire life the way that I have. This last year, I lost close to 40 pounds and was able to work out all 52 weeks of the year. That is only possible through the Lord. I would also like you to know that I gained 4 pounds during the holidays. So that's what I mean. It's a journey. It's a work in progress. I am not perfect, and I think that's just life. We do that, and we eat cookies and fudge over Christmas, and it's okay. It's okay to be a human. But ultimately, I want to be free in every area of my life. And I believe that the Lord can and wants to help us have that. It has nothing to do with fitting into society's role and what they want us to be and be skinny and be a model and none of that. What I found this year was that I was more present and I was more alive than before because I was having victory in this area in my life, because I knew God was helping me do something I thought and I had estimated was impossible for me. So throughout these videos, I want to talk about the 3 areas in our life that weight is controlled. We always hear about the physical, exercise and eating and diets and challenges and all of that. Any of that will work. I will share with you what I do if you want to know about it. It's just the technicalities of it and what I feel God really led me to, which was a good solution for me. But I don't think any of that matters as much as the internal work that has to happen, because I've lost weight and gained weight over and over and over again. If you're watching this, the chances are you probably have too. And the problem isn't losing the weight. It's being free from the weight long term. It's thinking differently about ourselves and about the weight and about the process that I think is the most important part that we don't ever address by just going on a diet or just doing an exercise challenge. That is what I really wanted answers to this last year, because I knew I kept self-sabotaging and I wanted to know why. So through this video series, I want to talk about how I started looking at this spiritually, how I started praying about it, what God was revealing to me about unforgiveness and other things that were going on in my heart in regards to this area. The second thing I want to talk about is the mind and how important it is about what we think. But the first step is actually realizing that we have thought processes about weight and food and all of that we might not even be thinking about. And that is what I found, was that I had to become more aware that my normal way of eating and being was always defaulted to super unhealthy. And the judgments really that I feared about both being overweight and the judgments I placed on other people who I had felt judged by, that actually stopped me from moving forward. And then of course, lastly, the fact that I do follow a certain food plan and what I did for my workouts and other things that I've incorporated that have really helped me. But again, my number one goal is to encourage you to just get with God about this. He wants to be let into this. He values you. He loves you. You're his child. He wants to be invited into the places that hurt us and we're most vulnerable. It's really hard to do that, and a lot of times we have to be ready for it. But if we are so tired of going around the same mountain over and over again, He wants to let us know how we need to do that, because He is a God of restoration. The Holy Spirit and His fruit, one of them is self-control. And I did not access that on a regular basis. And it's still something I'm working on getting stronger. A lot of these things we just say, oh, that's just the way I am, that's just how it's gonna be, instead of fighting for what God says we can have and who God says we are. He wants us to be free, and I want to do whatever it takes in order to experience that in my life. I am so glad that you're here, and I'm thankful that you're willing to watch this and hear my story. It is hard to share because I'm not where I want to be, but I don't want to wait till I'm perfect to share what God has shown me, and just hope that maybe it will help someone else along the way too. I'm here right next to you, figuring this out with you. And I am so thankful that God never gives up on us, and He always wants more and more and more freedom and intimacy with us. So thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.